Hello everybody, this is Ramon Ramirez of Smartycartoons, and I am here to share a couple of question and answers that people have wanted me to respond to. And so let's begin. What is the purpose of Artivism? Artivism, first of all, in case you don't know, and some of you do, is basically a platform for artists to be a bigger and stronger voice, whether it be a political agenda or simply an agenda. And Artivism is basically something that is important because it is more of an expression. Back then, we would see a lot of people that had an opinion, and not everybody liked their opinion, but art is more of a freedom of expression in that sense where you can take it beyond words and put a visual to it. So it is important, it is visible, it is out there, and it's interesting to see what people come up with through Artivism. Does Artivism work? Artivism does work because it causes a lot of reaction in the sense of whether it's humor or whether it's violence. Two examples. One would be when they did the Donald Trump statues, where Donald Trump all of a sudden appeared naked as a statue across America, and people found it humorous. Well, some did. And other cases, for example, the French newspaper, I think it was called Je suis Charlie, and it was in France where they actually shot cartoonists because they were very offended. They just, I mean, it didn't make sense because they also shot themselves, so that was kind of didn't make sense there. But it's taken to another level where people have a strong opinion and they're also strong reactions. So as an artist, yes, you have to be careful. You have to be accepting of what's out there as far as feedback, and it does make an impact. It is important. And does it work? Yes, because it causes a reaction. And in my experience, I've caused a lot of reactions back in the year 2001 through 2008, where I did editorial cartooning, and people had some strong feedback, but I also had some strong cartooning. So it met its match. People's opinion were countered by my cartoons, and definitely it caused a lot of reaction in the newspaper, which sold a lot of papers at the time. And people were getting calls about my work more than some of the articles, which basically said that Artivism does work. Has there been change through Artivism? I believe there's been change, or there's continuous change, because people are either more of entertained or they're encouraged to think about things. And I think the platform of Artivism is to make you think and to make you react. Has that worked? Has that happened? I believe it has. So Artivism does have a strong role in doing that. As a cartoonist, I grew up being a Latino. I grew up in the areas of El Paso, in the areas of Chicago, and in the area of Corpus Christi, and of course in South Texas. So strong influences from different platforms, different elements, different cultures. Being a Latino, I was influenced by a childhood friend's father. I took that name and I made it into Rosendo Resendez. And he is a Mexican reporter, because I got the idea from people that were doing the news, but they weren't exactly pronouncing their name like a Latino. They were saying, my name is Galindo. And I'm like, it's Galindo! Like, you know, say it with, like, if you have a mustache. And so I created Rosendo Rosendez of the Raza Report. And so I thought, what would a real Mexican reporter look like or sound like? And so thus came my Mexican reporter and the Raza Report. So strong influences from that. Also from me as a teacher, I created Miss Karaoke right here behind me, and she is a defender of teachers. She has said some things that at times has either offended people or made people say, yes, finally someone said it. And in the platform of that, Artivism is important because as an artist, and everybody has the same opportunity to express themselves. But we live in a world where some people think they're always right, and some people are mature enough to think that they should respect other people's opinion. But it should never get violent. Unfortunately, it does. But in some platforms, it's fun because it's humorous, and that's the platform I choose to do, to keep it in the humorous platform. So Artivism is important. I tie it a lot with my culture, with who I am as an artist, who I am as an I guess cartoonist, a painter, a puppeteer, and of course as an educator. Very strong influences in how I reflect my work. That's a reflection of Smartycartoons. I believe it's both. It's a combination of a lot of things. A lot, mainly depending on the project, will be more powerful. For example, Rosendo Resendez representing a lot of the Latino culture. Teacher Tunes representing a lot of the American culture as teachers. I don't have another character that I have as a puppet, but if you notice, my characters are diverse in culture. Whether they're Anglo, Latino, or African American, I definitely have that representation within my work. So yes, they influence my work. Both cultures do. Everything that surrounds me is definitely an influence. So be careful if you walk around me, you might be my next cartoon. It depends on my work. It depends on my story. I am a storyteller. I may tell a story as a Latino through Rosendo Resendez, and I may tell how our culture is diverse and how it's humorous through that platform. And then again, I might tell another story through Antoine Patterson, who's an assistant principal, and he's an African American character. And then, or Miss Karaoke, who is a teacher who basically can relate to a lot of the stories that are out there as an educator. The message basically is, let's learn to laugh. Let's laugh at life. Sometimes we get very stressed out, and one of my main messages is to laugh. So I try to get a lot of the humor from real life. Life does reflect art. Art does reflect life. Some people don't see that because sometimes I put something out there that's so close to reality that some people get offended. But if the shoe fits, you must wear it. And so the platform of Artivism is important, is definitely something that we do carry or have carried throughout the world of Smartycartoons. Not to offend, mainly to express, and of course to entertain. And also to make you think, like, did you do something wrong? If you did, step up to it. And if not, let's laugh at stuff. Let's laugh at life. Don't take it too seriously. Don't take it to the level where you just do damage to yourself. Learn to use life as an influence, as a resource, as an inspiration, and also learn to laugh. Laughter is the best medicine. Definitely it's fun being a cartoonist, projecting that throughout my work, whether it's cartooning, illustration, editorial cartoons, or simply through the world of puppets. Yes, my work is definitely shared. It's been shared since 1987. This is my 29th year as a cartoonist. I love working with Smartycartoons, definitely through the media platforms of, well, whatever, you name it, I'm probably on it. And I love to share humor. People need to laugh. I love to be a voice of positive influence. Definitely within the humor, I also try and encourage people to believe in themselves. Don't give up. You're not alone. Don't rely on another person to be happy. You yourself pull through. Life is a journey. You have to make the best of it. You can do it. Do not give up. Definitely keep going forward. That's one of my main messages, and I really want to share that you must go on. As a cartoonist, there's a lot of things that influence us, me, and art is very fun. So definitely have fun with what you do as a cartoonist, and definitely really have fun sharing it with other people. Network as much as you can, visit as many people as you can, compliment as many people as you can, and through it all, you'll have fun being an artist, and of course working through Artivism as a platform. There's a lot of things that I love to influence. For example, when I started the project Only in the Valley, I started as a Facebook page catering to only a small group. It ended up being one of the largest pages in the Valley at 41,000. At the time, that was the largest page. Now, as you know, things have exceeded. I haven't really ventured too much into it lately, but it was a good source to kind of share my work and, of course, share it with people that value the culture. And so I can share one moment I'm sharing things about teachers, the next moment about my culture. And so it lends itself, Smartycartoons lends itself to where I can switch from one platform to another. And that's one of the most fun things that I have enjoyed about being Smartycartoons, is that I'm able to cater to different channels, different people, different messages, definitely all positive at the same time. And the best part is when I make people laugh. That is the best. I mainly express it for others. That has been my platform since the beginning. When I first did my first cartoon strip, I've enjoyed sharing that with other people because it helps to see other people laugh. A lot of people need to laugh. That's been my platform since the beginning, and now I've got more channels to work from, whether it's through teaching, whether it's through the Latino influence with Rosendo Resendes, and of course the Latino audience. And so there's a lot of great things that I've enjoyed doing, but if it was for myself, it would be kind of boring, because then nobody would really benefit from seeing Smarty cartoons. So I've enjoyed sharing it. This is my 29th year, and I really enjoyed being a cartoonist and an art teacher at the same time. Definitely a lot more to come. I'll try to be visible in the community as much as I can, and of course try and be a positive influence. A lot of times we have negative people that think they're positive, but a lot of actions speak for themselves. So definitely, as Smartycartoons, we want to leave a good impact behind. One of these days we'll no longer be here, and hopefully the next cartoonist will definitely influence a lot more and go further. So I love what I do. This is a great platform to have, and it's just fun. It's just being a kid again. Here I am at age 48, doing things that I enjoyed or wanted to do as a little kid. And so it's been great meeting a lot of people, networking, and definitely I do it for others, because others deserve a little bit of push and a little bit of help in believing in themselves. That is a platform I carry for the past 29 years. I'm here to be an influence and a positive voice in the community. If somebody will get offended, well, you know, they're called critics. That's okay, and that's part of the package. This has been Ramon Ramirez with Smarty Cartoons.